I'm awake. I'm awake. Ready for Edinburgh, Glasgow. It's 6:30. Leo's here. Says, "Come on, Glasgow." Callum says, "Let's go." Same again. I'm guessing that's an Edinburgh fan then. So yeah, the castle will be too strong. Be interesting. They haven't even started the pre-match stuff here in New Zealand. It's still all like Super Rugby highlights from what looks to be maybe 1999. I'm assuming game's on in about 5 minutes. Hope you guys have had a good day. Had a decent sleep after watching Aussie rugby last night. Scottish rugby in the morning. Right, the Super Rugby coverage has finally concluded. Hopefully they can start the broadcast soon. It's the year of the mullet. Tom Gordon for man of the match. Let's keep an eye out for that. Big V8 show, mate. What time is it where you are? Bigger home turnout than normal for Edinburgh. Isn't this one where they're doing like limited number of fans? Is that a shot fired? I feel like that's a shot just been fired at Edinburgh fans. Levani, how's things in Georgia, man? I see the news yesterday that I think it was confirmed that Japan is out of the 8 nations. Maybe that's an opportunity for Georgia. I think that'd be nice if they can put them in place of Japan. Hooray, they have finally started the broadcast. Okay, I see that there are fans in seats very evenly spaced out from each other, seemingly all wearing masks. Edinburgh fans at Murrayfield. It can't be. More shots fired. Morning, Jimmy. How's it going, sir? Interested to see how the young Edinburgh halfbacks go. Scotland seem to produce loads of decent nines. That's also true. Should be a good battle of the nines tonight. Horn is my boy. Shiel's a real talent. I don't think I've seen this guy Shield play. So, yeah, I'm keen to see how he goes as well. And I've definitely not seen Chamberlain play. I don't think I'd even heard of him, which is more about me than it's about him. Someone in the comments said he's an under-20s talent, so yeah. It's always good to see the young guys get blooded. They might invite us, being Georgia, pretty excited. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Everyone always talks about Georgia on this channel, saying they want Georgia to get more game time. Here come the Edinburgh guys. Look out for Stafford McDowell. Yeah, there's a few guys on my list that I kind of need to keep an eye out for. Stafford McDowell, I know Nick Gregg. Tagive, I've not seen much play, to be honest. People have told me he's average, but I've yet to see him. Obviously, Tommy Seymour's a big name. The Edinburgh back row is pretty familiar. Nick Hanning I've seen before. Craig, how's it going? It's a bigger crowd than normal. You're firing shots at your own team. Ruben, mate, I'm good. Got up and yeah, had coffee, crumpet. Did you see the article I sent to you in RT Sport? No, I haven't seen it, bro. Maybe it got held by the spam filter. They don't like links for some reason. The game has just kicked off. If you're not wanting me to spoil things and I'm ahead of you for some reason, feel free to pause me till the same time difference. I'm at 10 seconds now. That's the marker. But Sean, I did read basically that Japan are out. They're calling it quits. So Shiel's the son of Graham Shiel, who was a decent talent and played for Scotland a few times. Okay, it's a familiar name. Oh, and will you do another Lions video after the international games at the end of the year? They get views. I probably will at some point. I just hate those videos because people bag like some of the best players. Like I pick Hamish Watson and people are just like, he's terrible. What is wrong with you? Pick Curry. He's terrible. And that grinds my gears. That really grinds my gears. Great as a loss. Was looking forward to seeing him. Not sure if he will ever get back to his best. You talking about Richie or are you talking about Johnny going to Exeter? Don't get too excited. Tagovailoa almost useless. Okay. Didn't he get called up in like a wider Scotland squad at one point? Glasgow have just knocked it on. So we will have a scrum. Minute and 17 seconds. Jaco van der Vault was in my high school. He's on the bench for this one. Was he same year as you or? Everyone has their favourite player. Like, I don't mind that. Like if I like Watson over Curry, that doesn't mean I'm like, Curry sucks. I don't get that mindset, hey? How can you pick that guy? I guess someone once put it more about Twitter, but I guess the same logic applies. That it's like, I've got my idea and I want to see my idea coming out of your mouth. Some people are like that. And if you don't say what they want you to say, then they just look, he sucks. He's terrible. No guys playing for their international team are terrible, man. Come on. Bill Matter didn't offload. Oh, and Glasgow conceded a penalty. He's about 3 years older. Ah, fair enough. G-Man did a video of one South African player hitting out against South African rugby over not taking to the players, eh? Seems to have settled in Scotland well, speaking of Van der Vault. He's been there a while now, eh? But I knew his brother Gerdus. I think he still plays for the Lions B team. Human did a video of one South African player hitting out against SA Rugby over not talking to the players. Is that a typo? Big loss locally, I'm sure. I think Irish fans are angry he didn't even pick James Ryan in top 4 locks. Yeah. I did a follow-up video to that, actually, about the locks, because people put some real hate on Alan Wynne-Jones as well. In hindsight, James Ryan probably should be the starting lock alongside Itoje. But I think I made, from memory, it's a while ago since I did that video, I think I picked Alan Wynne-Jones mainly to be a captain. Maybe he's not the best player, but he's the best captain. First kick. And he has missed. Lots of Edinburgh players are Glasgow rejects. And the shots are real today. The shots are firing. Stuart Hogg was the main reason Glasgow did well. Since he moved, Glasgow went down. There's a few players that have lost there. When's Gaza joining a stream? When is that Bok video released, Ruben? Actually, he was just talking to me the other day. He said, I want to do that Bok video soon. Ruben will like that. He's South African. I'm like, okay. Come record it. You can see, oh, and my glasses. You can see the TV reflection in your glasses. Thought you were going to say the whiteboard. Scotland has benefited from South African imports more than any other nation. Might be true. James Ryan was unbelievable in the lineouts this year, Six Nations. Didn't he have the most lineouts won by a mile? I have to go back and watch the video. Was it James Ryan? Or was it Courtney Laws? Courtney Laws had really good numbers, and he was another one. People were like, he's crap. You can't pick Courtney Laws. I was like, okay. You guys were watching a different Six Nations from me. Rob Kearney starts at 15 for Leinster for the game against Ulster. For real? I don't think I've seen him play for Leinster since the World Cup. Not that I've been watching every Leinster game. If Piers Schoolman plays for Scotland, that would be so sad. You loved him at the Bulls. He was very good for the Bulls, man. Stuart Hogg, but he cost us the title last year with help from Nigel Owens. I'm forgetting the moment you're talking about. Townsend and Rennie leaving the main reasons because unfortunately. Then disappointed with Hamish Watson and Six Nations in regards to the breakdown. Oh, I'm sure he got some jackals. I'll have to go back and look at my vid. From memory, he had better stats than Tom Curry, which is why I picked him. But it was Itoje who was tearing it up with the turnovers. He was getting a ridiculous amount. First scrum penalty goes against Edinburgh. Hamish Watson was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was 6th overall for turnovers with 4. So he's ahead of Mahoney. He's behind Itoje, behind Henderson, Poledri, and Stander. Stander had 5. He's second equal, basically, actually. Second equal. There you go. Jamie Ritchie was Scotland's best back row in the Six Nations. Didn't get as many turnovers as Hamish Watson. But he's a good player. Lance, how's it going, man? John McLean, Hamish Watson got a few turnovers. Yes. Second equal. I've just looked it up. Schoolman's already been passed to play for Scotland next season. You know he's going to play. I think he's one guy who kind of hit out at South African rugby, right? Stander not the highest. Yeah. He got top. He was 5, according to the Six Nations website. The second guys, there was 4 of them on 4. Hamish Watson was joint second. There you go. Right, good chance for Glasgow early. They have got a line out. Pretty much 5 meters out. Maybe 6. They win the line out uncontested. Moore's not going anywhere. Oh, no, it is. Oh, man, Fraser Brown on his 100th game. Goodness me, what's a try. Big Will. The game won't load on Rugby Pass, bro. That's brutal. And yeah, the guys were asking for you last night. Hugh Jones is playing fullback, mate. But yeah, Brown. be interesting to see James Lowe when he's able to play for Ireland. He will be chomping at the bit to get a crack, right? 11 just said, Jonathan, mate, how's it going? And Hastings is not missed. So it's 7-0. Good start. Had to work late last night, so you missed the game. Is the Brumbies game worth a watch? I thought it was pretty good, man. The Force was certainly better than the previous week, so yeah, I thought it was pretty good. How many club shirts and hats have you got of teams, Tom? I don't know. I've got the Irish teams, the Scottish teams now, thanks to Craig, the Welsh teams, the Super Rugby teams. I love every team that was at the World Cup, so yeah. Obviously club shirts, yeah. I don't have that many of the Premiership. I only got a couple of top 14, but yeah. I just get them when they're cheap, man, or people send them to me. Will North v South be on ESPN Plus? Patrick, who is on my Patreon, said he saw it on ESPN Plus. Listed. But I haven't seen it myself. I cancelled my ESPN Plus account once Super Rugby Aotearoa ended. Are the kids up? They haven't got up yet. Still asleep, and it's 6:47. Who is not the commentator, but the special comments guy? He's got quite the accent. Edinburgh have won another penalty. Kinghorn is going to put it into touch. He's missing all the all he's missing is the teams from the top league in Japan. I haven't got either of the Italian teams in the Pro 14, to be honest. Those are on the list, but those are pretty hard to find. Some jerseys only sold by the official, by the club, for some reason. It's quite a bother. No Coronas for Bricky. Nah, man, it is. Oh, Edinburgh's line out is a shocker. Well, that's their first chance gone. Joe, great to see more watching me than the season ticket holders in Edinburgh. Just saying, elbow cough. You must be like the fourth person, including an Edinburgh fan, to give the Edinburgh attendance a wee kick. What is up with that? Is that a thing, is it? Oh my. There's a few people there today, socially distanced. Oh, Kellex, the pundit you asked about. Thank you, mate. He's yeah, he's got a pretty distinctive accent. Just a way of speaking. Finally got Rugby Pass going. That's good, man. The game clock is at 13:42. Nathan, yes, bro. It's been way too long. Eric Bell, Glasgow as well. More shots being fired. Hamish Watson tackled around the head, or at least around the neck. Nah, ref says that's all good. Seatbelt's fine. Skuman. Kick through. No. Another exit from Glasgow. They've repelled the last two attacks, but they'll want to get down the other end at some point. With Rugby Pass, you'll be behind 2 cents due to the stream latency. Yeah, I would say the fact that I'm watching this live and you're streaming it on Rugby Pass, you'll probably be a bit behind, bro. So don't worry about pausing me if needs be. I'll give you another marker in a second. It's 14:50. They're just stopping the clock for TMO. Tyke Furlong ruled out again due to excessive spud eating. Doesn't he have like a niggle with his back or something? Oh, they're finally going to go back and look at that seatbelt on Hamish Watson. That's a seatbelt. Probably a penalty. Nothing more. Better late than never. George North red card against Dragons. I heard about that, but I didn't actually see the highlights of that one. I remember the commentators saying there was no, or the pundits saying there was no malice in it, but it was the right decision. Other streams over the weekend, probably the Aussie game tonight, and then the Leinster-Ulster game tomorrow morning. Those are the ones that seem to work for my time zone. Goodness me, guys, come on. It's a seatbelt. It's a penalty. Let's get on with the game. Come on, man. Let's get on. 30 seconds behind, but I'll sync up with the game. Good man. Has he got his hand in his pocket? Get out of here. Oh, come on, man. Goodness sake. You didn't even see it at the time. Okay. I guess they're saying, yeah, but it's a yellow card because it maybe prevented a try. I still think the other tackler was there. Anyway. Officials are dragging Hank. Yes, mate. Yes. I often shout at the telly over the ref. A lot of stupid decisions. Bro, I felt like shouting him with that one, man. That's... My fish supper took ages, my beer exploded, and Edinburgh already 7 points down. Not been a good start. Well, Glasgow just down a man, so there you go. 15:55 is the clock. Ryan Baird. Didn't Ryan Baird set up, which try was it? James Lowe's try? Better bands are on here than the cesspits on Facebook, more often than not run by Welsh or Kiwi snowflakes. Goodness. Facebook comments can be pretty toxic. Ow, I've got another seatbelt tackle. The ref saw that one first time and has awarded a penalty, no yellow card. Tough call, penalty in real time, should have moved on. I thought so, but... Do I fish? Nah, bro, I do not fish. I don't have the patience for fishing. You just seen what's called an Edinburgh fan on the telly. Once in a lifetime opportunities, they're very rare. Oh, that's the 5th time. The 5th shot fired at Edinburgh and their fans. Crack open a cold one, the first try. has been scored. Oh. Hunting is more fun than fishing. I haven't been hunting in years either. I've not been hunting since I was like, I don't know, 16. Should be rugby fishing. Watching rugby is probably one of the main things that I do in my free time. And in the time which is not free. Squeeze it in where I can. Crack open a buckfast for the culture. I don't think you can get away with that before 7 a.m. surely. Should be arrested for drinking Coronas without lime. Hold my pinky out. Right. We're down to Glasgow. Well, Glasgow's on attack now. I've got Edinburgh down their end. Are those actual fans or support staff? Big Will's getting in on it. Big Will, what did you win on that Pro 14 stream? Did they tell you? They said you won some gear. What did you win? 32, haven't been since I was 16, 17. All I do was gamble or watch rugby soccer. Football, there you go. Oh no. Bad mistake from Glasgow. Long dong would be more acceptable than buckfast in polite circles. Goodness me, that doesn't say much for buckfast. Xander Nation all over Schoolman at the moment. Bro, you're right. He's doing really well. Don't always be screaming them words out. The missus will always give you that list that never ends. Always stay stump on your free time. You're a married man, you should know better. Ah, yeah. True. She's got a real bad habit, actually, of as soon as I'm leaving, like we can be sitting there at, like, let's say the dinner table, not talking for 5 minutes, solid. Like, she's on her phone, I don't know, I'm on the laptop. She doesn't say a word. As soon as I get up to leave, she's like, oh, can you give me that? I'm like, God damn it. As soon as I'm leaving, she wants me to get something. Fan, yeah, we know we suck. Edinburgh Asian game last year, we were pretty much outvoiced by the tiny French contingent. Better in the second half after we get a few beers down us. If it makes you feel any better, man, New Zealand fans are notoriously quiet as well. I went to the pool game between France and New Zealand at the 2011 Rugby World Cup, and there was one corner of the stadium which was all French, and they were probably louder than the rest of us for most of the game. Just found out that Buckfast is caffeinated wine. Goodness me. Okay, maybe that is a morning drink. It's got caffeine. Any mention of Callum Gibbons in New Zealand at all? Big fan when he was at Glasgow. I feel like, who was he playing for? I'm going to Google it. I can't remember. No, there's nothing on him. No. Nope, unfortunately. I was wondering if there's anything I'd forgotten. Canes before Glasgow, yeah. But nothing since. Did like Glasgow's top. The away kit. It's a decent one. People wonder why Scottish life expectancy is so low. I didn't know that was a thing. Don't know. There's the same amount of caffeine in Buckfast as Red Bull. Holy moly. I don't drink Red Bull. I guess masks are compulsory at this game for the fans because it seems like everybody's got a mask on. All right, let's see how the scrum goes. 22 and a half minutes. South African team's going to return to contact training next week. It's a good sign that maybe rugby's going to get underway at some point. I wonder if they'll play all their games in one city though, like the American sports seem to be doing those bubble cities where they play all the games. Oh, good offload. Go, Darcy. That man Tagive got him. My wee brother just walked in, and I kid you not, said, "Oh my God, there's Edinburgh fans." Shots fired. 11J said, "Thank you, sir. I hope you're having a good evening over in the UK, man. Appreciate that." Obstruction. This yellow card must be almost over. Stay away from Bucky, mate. It's dangerous. If it's got more caffeine than Red Bull, I ain't touching that with a barge pole, mate. I will leave it well alone. Alcohol and caffeine together is torture for your heart. There we go. That sounds like not a good thing. Do you think Alan Quinlan should set up a Munster fan TV? Yeah, and they'd have to have phenomenal in the title somewhere. It's a cold and wet evening. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought it was supposed to be the end of summer. Should be pretty warm. Right. 5 metre line out, Edinburgh. They win the line out. The Maul gets absolutely smashed by the Glasgow defence. However, Glasgow have done it illegally because they've conceded advantage. Here we go. Hope there's tea in that classy mug and none of that monster mug. It's coffee, mate. It is coffee. But it is a nice mug, what can I say? You'd have to say Edinburgh hasn't exactly dominated with the extra man, have they? Back for an advantage. Good nudge by Kinghorn. He does seem to be able to put him right into the corners. Bucky is the breakfast of champions. Looks like the yellow card's over. 3 points conceded. Not bad. If you're a Glasgow fan, you probably take that. Summer in Edinburgh is like February in Devon. Oh, man. What time is it in New Zealand, Callum? It's 7:05 a.m. So this game started at 6:35. I got up at 6:05. I was going to get up at 6:10, but my 2-year-old, she ended up hopping into my bed at some point during the night. I do not remember what time. And she was kicking me in the face. So I was like, bugger this, I'm getting out of bed. Commentator said the football the other night, rainy season just started in Scotland and apparently should last for approximately 11 and a half months. There's a Scottish comedian who does a joke about the rain. Was it Billy Connolly? Oh, Glasgow, massive defence. That's another one. Turnover, breakdown. Jeez. Definitely a Scottish comedian who does a joke about somebody visiting Scotland and complaining that it rains, and his response is, "Of course it effing rains." I think it was Billy Connolly. So just me, or does the pitch look damn heavy? Maybe they let the grass grow, but unbelievable dedication to get up at 6:05 to watch this, bro. The other day I got up at 4:40 to watch Leicester and London Irish. What can I say? That one wasn't an instant classic. Sounds like your 2-year-old would get a game for the ABs. Yeah, she's rough as guts. Oof. Knock on. We'll have another scrum. Have you picked the Premiership or Pro 14 side yet? I think Exeter Chiefs will be added to my stable of gun teams. All Blacks, Auckland Blues, Queensland Reds. I thought you were going to go Bristol, man. I thought you were going Bristol. I'm leaning towards Bath because the first jersey I got was Bath, and somebody told me if you want a team which always fails to hit their full performance levels, Bath is the team for you. And as a Blues fan, I feel like that's a suitable feeling. Joe would probably urge you to go with Leinster, Big Will. They're a pretty bloody good team. Who would traditionally be the biggest Scottish club? Probably Glasgow. I know they're probably more well known over here, just with the Dave Rennie connection, that's for sure. You have to have blue blood, Mark, no blow-ins. I was going to go Bristol, but I rewatched the Exeter Bristol game and they looked the business. Yeah, Exeter, I think, with Saracens gone, are going to be the top dog. Different style, though. 2 Cents supports Connacht. It'll be like Rob and have your first season ticket before year one. Now, that's commitment for the young fella. Hope he's not kicking anybody in the face. Yeah, maybe it's the Scottish connection with Hogg and Gray there at Exeter. Man, this is brutal. Both sides are turning each other over. Nobody can crack the other one's defence at the minute. That Leinster Cup might make me unsubscribe. Well, I've got a Connacht jersey in the background if that balances things out. Glasgow has had some comically bad stadiums and pitches. The floodlights only covered half the pitch at what? Hugh Endon? I'm having real difficulties with the Prem this season. I lived in Bristol for 15 years, but I live in Devon now. Exeter have Hogg and Johnny Gray. I think that makes you an Exeter Chiefs fan, bro. He's walking already at 7 months. I'm fearful he's going to be a forward as he hugs everything. It sounds like it. 7 months, jeez. Once they start walking, they get into bloody everything. Have you seen the new Scotland kits? Nah, bro, I haven't actually. People were talking about them on last night's stream. I've seen the new Irish kit. I know the new English kit's out soon. I think. Is there a new Welsh kit as well? Underdog team, Benetton, best fans, Edinburgh. Haha, only joking. It's probably Glasgow or Ulster. Best team, Leinster. Actually, Ulster's a pretty fun team to watch. Ulster's going to be playing tomorrow, Big War. I'm not sure if they've got all their big guns. I heard some of their guys are out, but yeah, they've been a fun team to watch in the times that I've seen them. Six minutes to go in this first half. Kiwi Auckland Blues connection with Bristol, but I do like how Exeter play. Can you support a team that's called Chiefs, though? Bear at least has a B at the start, like Blues does. There's a connection. There was a big COVID outbreak in the Ulster squad. I heard about it. It's in their academy team, right? And one of the senior players may have had contact, so they're all in isolation. Is the game actually going ahead? Do you actually know the number of jerseys you have? Love to have a collection like yours. I do not know. I did a count during lockdown a couple of months ago, and it was in the 80s. But it's changed since then, and I've not kept track. I tried to keep track for a while and didn't do it. As a Safa, you got to go Sale Sharks. That's true, Big Wolf. You got a South African burning feeling, then Sale Sharks is probably the team to go for as well. Then again, yeah, Cardiff Blues, Big Will. That's another team. Cardiff Blues. If you want to go Blues and just keep it simple, just say I support the Blues, then Cardiff Blues should be your team. Gareth Anscombe used to play for them. That's a Blues connection. Oh, goodness me. This scrummaging is dragging. I got to admit, 4 minutes to go. Support Bath, Black, White and Blues. There you go. My best mate down here is from Glasgow. He's really pissed off that Gray and Hogg have taken the English pound. Can't blame them, man. Who is riding their motorbike at 7:15? Leinster wear Blues, says Mark Dunphy. Oh, there's lots of connections. Scrum penalty for Glasgow. All right, come on. Let's at least get one crack and play before halftime, please. I think I have sorted my team. South Africa Lions, Premiership Sale, Top 14 Montpellier, and Pro 12, the Cheetahs. So you got the South African connection with every team. Telga Klein, get out of the wilderness to get good minutes for Exeter. Have I seen Exeter play since lockdown? I don't think so. It's good for Scotland. They went to bigger clubs, but worried about Glasgow making no big signings. Us backs look good, and my missus says there ain't no Rob Kearney pushing up some lad's ass. Joe, Big Will used to be a prop, so you're probably barking up the wrong tree for that one. You're not going to convince him. Was Ospreys bought by a Japanese company? Seen the article ages. I don't know, man. We've got the medics on the pitch. Got just over 3 minutes. The second half of this first half, to be honest, has kind of dragged a wee bit. Oh, I remember in the All Blacks game against Scotland where Hogg almost scored. That one was pretty brutal. Prop, I'll speak slow. Alright, here we go. One last throw of the dice for Glasgow. Come on. Do something. It's been defence the order of the day. Pro 14 months, the top 14 Claremont, Premiership, Gloucester, Super Rugby Blues. I like that last one. At least you didn't say Crusaders. Two words apply to this game. Dreich and Dower. We definitely use the word Dower over here, but not the first one. Who do I think is going to win? At this rate, maybe Glasgow. They seem to be getting the right into the scrum. But at 7-3. Right, there's a minute and a half left. Oh, they're only half a metre out. Building some phases. Oh, they got advantage. Is that a try? No. Still just short. That'll be a try. The ref's going to TMO it. How's the game? Looks a bit slow since you turned in Fleshin. Yeah, it has been a bit of a scrum fest. Who's attacking? Edinburgh are on their own goal line, and Glasgow have been going just phase after phase after phase. They may have got the ball over, but the ref is going to have a look to see if whether he's held up or not. Why did Edinburgh drop Van der Vault and Groom? I guess just rotation. They made 10 changes overall. They're playing some young guys, so it looks like the rotation. Is Mata playing? He is. He's not been offloading much, but he's mostly just been taking the ball into contact. And yeah, Chestnut's been playing at Murrayfield. No clear and obvious grounding. We will have one more crack at it before half time. Qualified for the quarterfinals and they're resting them. Right, makes sense. They're just going to tap and go. They don't want to scrum it for some reason. They don't want to give it to the backs. It's all the forwards. Pick and go, pick and go. Still not. Oh, come on, ref. Make a call. Goodness me. What's he saying? Has he knocked it on? Oh, yeah. That's not gone nowhere. He's lost it. I don't think they're going to give that unless he's hit it right on the line. Listen to Jason Lead on Good, the Bad, and the Rugby Show today. He had some great forward stories and drinking ones. I've seen that on my YouTube, suggested videos. I'll have to go have a look. Are you supporting Glasgow because you got the gear? Well, I got Edinburgh gear right there. So it's 50-50. I'm pretty neutral for this one. I just want to see if this is a try. I can't. You can't give that. He's lost it, surely. Big Will says it's a try. Have to support the Blues over the Howlett connection. There you go. Frame by frame. Yeah, let's go. Slow it down. Here it comes. He's lost that. Nah. Dropped it for sure. You mean Butcher try? Yeah, I reckon so as well. Man, brutal. It's a couple of lost opportunities for Glasgow. Both sides have just managed to contain the others. Nobody can get through. This ref is garbage. I'm not a big fan, to be honest, thus far. I don't know that I've seen him before. He seems to not have a bloody clue. But could this be me being a bit harsh? I was in school with a Craig Forsyth and he was a Scot too. That can't be the case. No way you guys know each other in real life. Not loving this ref either. Have all the referees. So that's the thing. Every decision he has seemed to want to TMO, and like he missed the high tackle that was on Watson. Gave it a yellow card when I thought it's a penalty. I mean, not that I know more than the ref. I'm just saying, at least I saw the bloody tackle. I'm sitting here at home. Anyway. Are you going to swap the Edinburgh shirt for the second half? I think I'll probably not get changed. If that's all right. But, yeah, we'll see. Look out for the Lions tour when they are in Rotorua. Involves a goat and a ravine. That sounds unpleasant. Penalty for Edinburgh. They're probably just going to kick it out. Tap and kick. They're way down their own goal line. Brendan Kelleher will be the best hooker in the world for the next decade. Might be right. Still pretty young. Oh, it's half time. Thank goodness for that. We'll get a break. Amazing to see the lack of crowd has affected the momentum and the X Factor teams. Hard to motivate when playing to no one. Unless you're an Edinburgh player. Oh, goodness. There's that last shot fired. Edinburgh caving under the pressure of the high attendance, if anything. Goodness me, it just keeps coming. I'm going to open the curtains, so I'll let the chair entertain you guys for a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Going to get some sunlight. Right. There's a bit of reflection on the board, but that's alright. I want the sunlight. I'm going to check the halftime stats. I feel like it's not going to be the best reading. Tackle percentages should be high. Whew. Right, we start with run meters. It's 102 to Edinburgh and 52 to Glasgow. That's not a whole lot of run meters. Weird how you're just opening the curtains as you're closing yours. I know, man. It's a weird one. Last night I was saying good night to you guys and going to bed. You were just getting started with your day. Knock-ons. 1 by Edinburgh, 4 by Glasgow. That's letting them down. You're trying to mimic the Edinburgh crowd with an empty chair. Man, you Edinburgh fans are tough on your own team. I guess they do play at a big ground. That was painful to watch. It has not been pretty. I got to admit it. It's not been pretty. Possession 52-48 to Edinburgh, pretty close. Territory 49-51 to Glasgow, pretty close. Turnovers conceded. It's 2-6. We've also got the knock-ons, so that's like, I don't know, 2-1 in terms of being pilfered. Tackles, Edinburgh, 98%. If you guys were here for that Super Rugby AU game last night, it was exactly the same. They've made 57 out of 58. We have to look up the one guy that missed a bloody tackle. Glasgow's at 88%. They're at 57 also, but out of 65. Penalties conceded, 7 apiece. Who missed the tackle? Edinburgh. Oh, and again, it's the scrum half. This time it's Shield. Last night it was Joe Powell. Whew. Were you at Rayburn House? I was. Did you really go there? What? You guys can't really know each other. That can't be right. Doing any more Premiership or Pro 12 live streams this weekend? Tomorrow I'm planning on doing the Ulster versus Leinster game. That's the same time as this one, but tomorrow. So it's a terrible time for you, man. But yeah, that's the plan. If it's still on, because I know Ulster's had a few cases of COVID among their academy players. Ooh. Why isn't it on the list? Do you want to come in? Okay. My son's here. I didn't know you were awake. Do you want to come watch some rugby? Yeah. Okay. You grab a seat.
So many teams I can see.
I know, right?
Yeah. I noticed the All Blacks.
Mm-hmm. How'd you sleep, man?
Good.
Good? Do you want to say hello to the people?
Yeah. Hello.
There you go. I only just got the TV remote. Has the game been a snooze fest? A wee bit. A wee bit it has. So as a Scarlets fan, I will have to be hoping for a big Munster win. Alright, with the way the tables are looking. I've still got a letter saying we recommend your son continues his education elsewhere. Goodness gracious. Ruben misses Super Rugby. Watch Bristol if you get a chance, if you're looking at watching some of the European teams. They're showing some historic Super Rugby at the moment on the TV here. Rokotoko and Doug Howlett are playing for the Blues. Who am I supporting? I don't really mind, man. To be honest, I'm just going to pour my second cup of coffee from the thermos. Hopefully I don't spill it everywhere. Oh, perfect job. Not a drop spilled. Glasgow, Edinburgh derbies can be a tad dull. The players know each other too well. That's probably a point. Yeah?
You know, I think the Blues are going to win because they tackled the All Blacks, and you know, one All Black had no bruise. He had blood on his face.
Oh, really? That team's wearing black, but that's actually the Chiefs. Yeah. That's a game played a long time ago. But yeah, that Blues team was pretty good. That's back when I was a young, well, not young, but that's back when I was younger anyway, before you were born.
But why even the Chiefs are running a lot?
That's
But
the way they
instead,
play. Yeah.
I didn't mean those ones with the green stripes.
No, not the ref. I usually enjoy the Glasgow Edinburgh games. This one isn't one for the ages. Is it cold in this room? It's mildly cold. Once the sun gets up properly, I think I'll be taking this jacket off. But my son's sitting there with a blanket on. Great rugby analysis from the wee man. Yep. He does like getting up in the morning to watch a bit of rugby. Yeah.
What if I wake up before it's even morning?
If you wake up before it's even morning, you know what you need to do?
Go back to sleep.
You know. If you wake up before it's morning, you go back to sleep. Your sister needs to learn that one.
Yeah.
Daramundi, how's the match? Easy dubs. Hi from Australia. It's 5 in the morning. Goodness me. Grab a coffee, bro. Grab a coffee. Someone says, smart kid. Yes, he's well trained. Definitely knows. Don't get up. You're 10 and you're up at 5 in the morning, bro. You need to go back to bed as well. What happened for the Brumbies game? He was working. My pals were Jeff, Simon, David, Sterling Stewart. That's a hell of a name. As a midget that was happy to stay on the wing and scream and huff and puff at anyone that didn't pass the ball, I could have well been at 9, but for my fear of being slapped. Oh, nice. And yes, Heinrich, I am awake. I've been up for over an hour. This is the game that's on now. They were just having a rest. It's the second half now. So there's two teams. One wears white, and the other kind of wears like a dark blue, but they haven't come out yet.
Yeah, they're always having a rest. Because the others, no, those are white, right? And the others are the blue teams. But why? One's wearing a blue hat.
Oh, he's wearing headgear. It's like to protect his head, so he doesn't get any scratches. 8:30 in Wales. Yeah, it's a decent game before bed. Yes, it's early morning for us. I just opened the curtains. Evening from Bristol in the UK. Nice. Are you going to go have breakfast?
Yeah.
Do you want to say goodbye to the guys?
Goodbye.
He's off. $9:40 in South Africa. Again, decent time to watch a game, have a beer. Mark, do you really know those people Craig's talking about? Come on. It can't be. I had a job run late. Had to fit some cabinetry for a fussy customer. Nice. Here come the Edinburgh guys. Right, second half. It's going to be a cracker. 3 tries, at least. It's going to all open up. How many runs has not Aka van der Merwe, his brother, Duhan van der Merwe had? That's a sad state of affairs when at halftime, Duhan van der Merwe's had 1 run for 1 metre. Darcy Graham's had 1 run for 4 metres. Tommy Seymour's had 3 runs for 2 metres. And Tagive has had 2 runs for 6 metres. So he's your top performing winger with 6 metres. Been awake since 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Went back to bed. Go back to bed now, man. 5 a.m. It's time for sleep. Get up in a couple of hours. Alright, second half's underway. 40 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. I can't watch this match as I don't have the channel it's broadcast on. Sky Sports in the UK only shows Super Rugby and Rugby Championship Internationals. It's a pain in the backside finding all the channels. I'm kind of lucky that Sky has got most of the rugby here in New Zealand. Masterclasses from Jones, Horn, Graham, Van der Merwe, and Mata from here on. Let's see it, man. 3 tries. I want 3 tries in the second half. George Horn for his hat trick. It'll happen. Yes, let's see it. I'll take it. He had 1 run and he made more meters than it led to the yellow card. Come on, Glasgow. Yeah. 1 try from a maul. 2 tries being props tries. I'll take it, man. Give me some tries. Give me some wingers in space. We've just had a scrum penalty. Not quite what I was looking for, but if it gets them up the other end of the field, we'll take that as well. My wife has just shut the door as if to say, too loud. I'm betting on a Mexican wave before the next try. All 10 fans. Oh, man. Schoolman's struggling. Yeah, he's under the pump a bit today. Who am I going for, North and South? I mean, I would like the North to win, but I prefer the South's team, even though we got the better 9s. Oh, and it's a knock on. Come on, guys. We're going to have another scrum. It's going to be another scrum. I would expect Sutherland and Nell to change Edinburgh's fortunes in the scrum. Sutherland is one of the... and I think we're going to see him. He's definitely a big up-and-coming player, man. He was phenomenal in Six Nations. Going to watch Brumby's game on demand. The missus was filthy at her Brisbane Broncos getting pumped by 40 points again. Silly woman is a sucker for pain. Didn't their coach resign because they've been crap? Surely there was a tackle before he had the ball. He was lined up. If I was Hastings, I probably would have held that pass, but there you go. If I was Hastings, I'd be Scottish. Yeah, we'll reset that one. Now it's time to get her on Rugby Union. I think he's tried with mixed success. Yeah, maybe there's a good chance to get her into the Reds' big wall because they're having a better run than the Broncos. Alright, it's another messy one, but at least they got the bloody ball out. Jeez, a bit of a stink pass. Craig can barely remember his name most mornings. I know that feeling. back when I was allowed to go back to work, people would ask me, what did you do on the weekend? Or did you have a good weekend? And I'm just like, I think so. I watched rugby and I played with the kids. Right, we've had a few phases. No knock-ons. Oh, Glasgow have just held that ball up, so that's going to be a maul, and it's going to be a scrum. Oh, bloody hell, Edinburgh managed to get the ball out, thank goodness. I give it to when a team loses, no mercy from me. Oh, Mark, you were teasing, you bastard. Brisbane aren't doing too bad with the AFL. I don't have any idea about that one. That doesn't get any coverage over here. Oh, turnover ball. It's going to be a Glasgow scrum. Man, last game between these two teams was 30 points to 15. 45 points. We're not going to get there, are we? She won't watch rugby with me too much. She's Aussie and I trash talk too much. I spend the game dodging cushions and death stares from her. That's a healthy relationship. That's how things are supposed to be. No knock-ons left, so we get a scrum via another method. Yep. I like scrums as much as the next man, but I think we're already at capacity for scrums we've seen in this game. Like, you can't have too much of a good thing. That's what you call marriage. There you go. Oh, we'll reset the bastard. Come on. 12 scrums we're at, according to ESPN. Some of them have been reset. So we're looking at a good probably 20 odd minutes of scrummaging. Finally, ref gives a scrum for a 9 being too slow. That's true. That doesn't happen very often. Best mate, my wife hates sport, so we have no crossovers. When she tries to console me over a defeat, I can't help but laugh. More scrums than fans. Oh, Liam's getting in on the shot firing. Oh, the ball's come out. Thank goodness. Here we go. Hastings. He's busted a tackle. Getting over the advantage line. Quick ball. A grubber kick through, and we'll have a line out. As a Welsh and Scarlets fan, you need a lot of consoling. Game clock time. I'll let you know when it's back on the screen. Wish someone would penalise this ref for taking ages and slowing down the game. Yeah, not got much flow. The game clock's at 49:13. Another Northern Hemisphere classic here. I think the ref does have a little bit to answer for with this game, but yeah, the handling's been a bit ordinary. Big love from Glasgow, cuz. Thanks for chipping in with my 2 cents. All good, man. I'm still hopeful for my 3 tries in the second half. It's not looking that likely at the minute, but we'll see. Game clock's at 49. ESPN's still showing 47. On the bright side, boys, it could have been worse. You could be at Murrayfield. Who are my try scorers? We got to get at least one for Duhan van der Merwe. Not that he's going to get any ball in this game. McAnally is pretty quick. Be nice to see him get one. And I don't know, one of the Fergusons? That'd work, wouldn't it? Do you think you can yellow card a ref for taking too long? Oh yeah, one of the touchies needs to come on and just be like, look, we're gonna trade. We're gonna switch it up. Way too stop-start, yeah. Had a look at the stat page for the Pro 14, made some interesting reading. Leinster only 11 out of 14 offloads, for example. For the season, Leinster's not a big offloading team from what I know. Love the Dragons, plucky team, keep going, rough-ass town, and they always have good kit. Even the women scare the dogs in that neck of the woods. Goodness me. This is a bit of local Welsh knowledge that I don't know. None of the semi-round-rider X-Factor type of player in this game, which they really need. They've got guys that can light things up, man. I don't know why, but they're just not getting the ball. Duhan van der Merwe, the big winger, is lightning for a guy his size. Hugh Jones is playing for Glasgow, albeit at fullback. He can light things up. Adam Hastings is definitely attacking kind of 10. But nobody's getting the ball. Come on. Here we go. Tagovailoa takes it into contact. We'll go back the other way. Matt Ferguson. Fraser Brown. Sick offload. Here we go. Seymour, and it's into touch. Must be like Seymour's third touch of the game. What would you say Scotland's best back row is? It has to have Watson and it has to have Richie. And pick one more. Do you feel players having their own number like the NFL would help the game grow better? I kind of think that's one unique factor. I'm sure it's not unique to rugby, but that the jersey's kind of bigger than the player. Don't mind that. Newport is quite the place. That doesn't give me the information I need to know about that. Every place has got that one place they like to give stick, though. Like Aussies give Tasmanians stick. New Zealanders give Hamiltonians stick. Is Newport the place that Welsh people give stick? Sonny Bill Brown with the offload. Yeah, that offload was kind of one of the best moments of the game. Maybe I should write a note about that. There we go. I'll write a note about it. Make sure I got something to talk about later. What do you think of the chances of Ulster pulling a Champions Cup upset with the lack of rugby for the French Cups? I didn't see Ulster's last game. Surely he was in touch there. Now he's in touch. But based on their Champions Cup form from before lockdown, why not, man? They were absolutely tearing it up. That's a great kick, by the way. He's in touch for sure. Fraser Brown, the man to set this game alight. It's going to have to be him. He's the only try scorer. He's doing a sick offload. It's all up to him. Two cents. One bloke who I think is playing well in the Premiership is Luke Morahan. He's outplaying Piatow, and I reckon they should shift him from wing to fullback. He's Force and Reds player. I think he's always been a pretty solid player, but without being spectacular, that's true. But, yeah, from what I've seen of him at Bristol, he's doing alright, eh? Oh, I wonder if he'd want to go back to Australia, though. Dean, I'm not sure, man. Ruben, plans for today. Watch this game. Do a review. It's probably going to be pretty brief at the minute, but we've still got 25 minutes for it to come alight for those 3 tries. I'll have a look at the lineups for Leinster and Ulster. Do a preview for that one. And then I'm going to muck around with the kids all day until about 9 o'clock, at which point I'll sit down to watch some Aussie rugby. It's a day. Can't complain. Should be alright. Pundits are now talking about X Factor players. He might be listening to the stream. We do need something to happen, man. We need an X Factor player to kick things off. Leinster team was interesting. Rob Carney at 15. Ed Byrne is captain. For real. Here we go. Hastings under all kind of pressure. He's been flattened by Darcy Graham. 4 a.m. for the Big V8 show. Have a good kip, man. I'll see you later for the Aussie game. First script for the review. Brown scored early on. There were a lot of knock-ons and scrums. Glasgow got a yellow card, scored a penalty, and there were more knock-ons. That's it so far. Vancouver Island, can you do a review of the MLR? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the Seawolves. Beat a New Zealand team earlier in the year. Bro, I remember that. I didn't see that game, but I remember. Wasn't it Bay of Plenty? Or no, was it Tasman? But yeah, I'll definitely do some MLR once it kicks off again. I do actually have a Seawolves jersey, believe it or not. Right, Edinburgh have won a penalty. Please, for the love of God, kick it, because I can't see you guys scoring a try. We've decided to see if we can field 4 teams. Hopefully we'll replace the other 3 provinces, clean sweep them all, take on the Crusaders and spank them. Goodness me. Don't waste your time with a review of this. Bro, I did a preview, and if I do a preview, I have to do a review. That's my rules. Has this season been the first you followed the Pro 14 this closely? Yeah, man. I usually keep an eye on it, but very seldom would sit down to watch 2 games of Pro 14 in one weekend. So, nah, it's been good. They've not gone for the shot. They want a try. Holy moly. Try scoring opportunities have been few and far between. How big is the shirt collection? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll have to do a count at some point. It's just a pain to get them all off the hangers. Right, the line out is taken. The maul looks to have been sacked, or at least there's Glasgow bodies at the bottom of it, so it's not going anywhere. They give it to the backs. The backs won't know what to do because they haven't seen the ball all game. And Glasgow have turned them over. That didn't take long. That was less than 5 phases. Oh, and they've knocked. They've tapped it quickly. Price, he's surrounded. Mata catches him. Here we go. 58 minutes. The game is going to come alive. Please, for the love of God, as a traditional Scottish rugby chant. Here we go. We're almost at the hour mark. There's going to be some tired legs. There's going to be some space opening up. This is where it goes. In 3 phases, there's going to be a scrum. Surely not. Here we go. Fraser Brown wants some more points. Here we go. Tagive! And the ref has made a decision. I don't think he called it himself. I think he looked for his touch judge's approval. He was probably going to tee him up, but I'm pretty sure he locked eyes with his touch judge and went, "Can I give that?" Okay, yep, try. Yeah, see the little touch judge, he gets on his microphone. You can give it, mate. Whew! There we go. I think he knocked it on, bro. Don't let this be called back. Don't let it be called back. Lost count of players taking the ball standing and no forward motion. Yeah, that's not generally how you get over the advantage line. Hitting the ball at pace is generally preferable. Whew. Man, those 3 points turned down for Edinburgh are looking pretty costly at the minute. Hastings' kick is away. Tagive has been subbed. Pro 14 is certainly different pace. The Premiership is a very lot less running rugby. This game may be a bit of an exception, I reckon, man. I mean, this game last week at the other venue was 45 points in total, 30 points to 15. So, yeah, this one may just not have really hit things, but anyway. Should have taken the 3 all right. The way that their sides had no momentum, I would have thought just take whatever points you can get. Well done, the true Scot, Ratu Tangive. Now he's Scottish qualified now, right? I'm sure The first time I saw his name, I think, was he was named in a Scottish like wider training squad, and I asked the question, "Who's this guy?" Oh, both games actually played at Murrayfield. Ah, okay. Is that a lockdown thing? The conditions affecting the game? I don't think it's raining, but like Joe said earlier, the pitch does look a bit heavy. Maybe. Edinburgh playing like a team that have already won both the home semi-final and the Derby Trophy. They're playing like it's nothing that much, yeah. Guess that makes sense. Still, you'd think they'd want to get a win over Glasgow any opportunity, even if they've changed 10 players. If only James Lowe was playing, that Irish lad would have ran 10 at this stage. Oh, man. Next month we'll have honorary Irishman James Lowe tearing up the Eight Nations. Can't complain about that. Get that man a green jersey. He's going to look very good in it. Even if people don't like the look of that new green jersey. Like the new design. Right, 15 minutes to go. We've had one of those 3 tries I asked for. There's still time for 2 more. And it was to a winger, believe it or not. It wasn't to a forward. Ferguson's knocked it on. Xander, that is. Glasgow got a penalty. What do you do here? Go for touch. James O'Lowe. Do you Irish fans like it that Lowe is almost certain to wear the Irish jersey? He's been pretty good for Leinster, so I would say yes. But Joe Lyons is not a fan of the new design. It's muck. Scotland's First Minister is a hardballer. She could find a place in both these teams. Oh, that's probably a bit above my head. Politics in the UK. Right, they're going to take the 3. "33% is a pass in sub-subjects in South Africa." That can't be right. Glasgow's on permanent lockdown. Have you ever seen Escape from New York? That's what Glasgow's like all the time. Goodness me. There's been more shots fired in this stream than I think I've ever seen. I actually like the new Ireland jersey. Have it ordered. What's the plan for rugby in New Zealand now that the Super Rugby tournament is over? And yes, I also like that James O'Lowe one. Here goes the penalty. He's kicked it. The North-South game is the next one on the agenda. And then we are supposed to have a rugby championship if we can get the South Africans, Argentinians and Aussies over here. But I have not heard any news about those teams making their way over here, so it doesn't look all that likely, concerningly at this stage. It's true, man. There's even talks for lowering the mathematical mark requirements. It's currently 35. Jeez. I remember when I was teaching in China telling people that 50% was a pass in New Zealand, and they were incredulous because I think in China it's like 60%. Liam hasn't seen the new Irish jersey. Have a look, man. It's just a bit busy. They've taken a bit of a risk. It's one of those ones that you might look back at 10 years and go, interesting choice. Or for some people, look at it now and think the same. Right, 68 minutes. Still time for 2 more tries, I believe. Edinburgh have got a scrum in Glasgow's half. Something they're gonna have some set play cooking here, surely. Oh, they've got advantage. Here we go. They give it to Duan van der Merwe. I think he's made more meters in that run than he has in the entire game. Right, here they go. They're getting over the advantage line. Quick ball, but no, back for the penalty. How does it feel to have an excellent Prime Minister in New Zealand? Some people don't like her. Yeah, she seems to know her stuff. Some of the people in her party are absolute morons, but both political parties have been terrible here in New Zealand. I'm not a big fan of any of them, to be honest. But she certainly locked the country down pretty well and hopefully controlled the virus, which is good. Because, yeah, we certainly don't want people dying. 2 main jersey sponsors for Ireland. I've seen one with Anon and another one with something. Another one with Vodafone. Okay, I don't remember the Anon one. I love your optimistic outlook on this game. Try to be optimistic. It's not all about getting a high-scoring game to make it entertaining. What was that Welsh win over Australia? Was it like 9-3? Where you guys beat them for the first time in ages? I really liked that game. It was brutal in its defense. Turnovers galore. But I still feel like the skill level was high. You Kiwis simply can't complain about anything political. Come give South African politics a try. Okay, yeah, true. We've got it pretty... Oh, they've bloody knocked it on. Are you kidding me? Come on. Edinburgh doesn't deserve a try. I'm sorry, guys. I can't put on that jersey today. Once they make 10 changes back again, and maybe... Come on, guys. I actually like the Irish home jersey. It feels like I'm in the minority, James. Yeah, it seems to be one of those love it or hate it ones. Politics now that Edinburgh-Glasgow rivalry wasn't contentious enough. I know. There was a first half between the Lions and the Satyrs. It was 5-0 to the Lions at halftime. Entertaining enough. Yeah, it doesn't have to be high scoring to be an entertaining game, as long as like the skill level is there and it's not kind of riddled by errors. And the pace can be a bit up. I feel like this game's just been slow. Have you ever attended an away match outside New Zealand club or international? Only one, and that was the Blues against the Waratahs over in Sydney. I made a point to go over and see that one. It's like a 3.5-hour flight. was a great game. Loved winning by a narrow margin. Better than a blowout. From that game, was it like Pocock and that Aussie Wales one? It was like Pocock and Tipperick, just like battling it out at the breakdown. It was quite fun. Politics are entertaining sometimes. I don't get too much into politics, to be honest. My brother does, and Gaza does, but I'm not so much. Oh, Edinburgh's won a scrum penalty. Right, Edinburgh's got another crack at it. For goodness sake, this time do something. Come on. No knock-ons. I want at least 5 phases before you turn the ball over. Craig's off to the pub. All right, man. You need a stiff drink after this one. Yeah. Right, another 5-meter line out. 73 minutes. Come on. Here we go. Oh, and they've bloody lost the line out, for God's sake. You're pissing me off, man. See you, Craig. Izzy Folau. I haven't seen him playing in League A. I haven't seen him since he left Union. I think I actually saw him in the last game that he played. He was playing for the Waratahs. That was at Eden Park. I have to go wide. They're not scoring in close. Oh, God, man. They're not bloody able to do anything right. I was going to say have a skinny low-fat latte, but that would ruin your street cred. That would. Almost at 30 likes, says 11J said. Thank you, buddy. I always forget to ask about that. If you do drop a like, I think that helps. It does the YouTube algorithm thing. People have been asking me to remind people to tell them to like it. I often forget. Watched it in a bar, Twickers, before England AB's game. Everyone was raving about the Tipperick Pocock battle. Yes. It was a classic in my mind, even though a fair few people gave it a bit of stick for being low scoring. Have a look at the new Bordeaux Begler kit. James says Munster's new European kit is class. Somebody earlier on in the stream was saying it was rubbish. It was boring. Right, Edinburgh's actually going through some phases. This I can handle. Brutal tackling. Ball handling's fine. Ferguson's turned it over. One-handed. The man. Oh, Kinghorn has just knocked it on inside his own 22. That sums up Edinburgh's game. He had a nice little pass to Graham to kind of get himself out of trouble earlier, and then when getting the ball back, I mean, it wasn't an easy pass, but he probably should still be taking that. Ooh. Tragic. It is. It is. Edinburgh, what can you do when they gift the ball to you? And then, yeah. Oh, don't they trust their backs? Well, I guess that's why they don't. Bloody knock it on in the own 22. Well, my hopes for 3 tries in the second half appear to be pretty much in vain. Maybe one more. Maybe Glasgow can do something here. At least one more. Do I play rugby at all? Nah, bro. Nah. I muck around with my son, but that's not really what I would call playing rugby. Give me 50 push-ups. That was poor. Yep. Right, scrum time. Almost 3 minutes on the clock to go. It's 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Ball comes out quickly. Ferguson kind of tripped, but he got back to his feet. Come on, Glasgow, what can you do? I don't care who scores, just somebody do something. Quick ball. Bit of a lazy runner from Edinburgh, but no penalty. And there's a knock on. Don't go for the scrum. Just come on, play the advantage. Whew. Watching any of tomorrow's games live on here? Yeah, bro, I'm going to watch an Aussie game tonight, New Zealand time. And then I'm going to watch the Ulster and Leinster game this time tomorrow. So, yes. How pro him listening to the song Money for Nothing. Fraser Brown's man of the match. He's trying to get a mask on his face, but he's struggling. A minute and a half to go, people. That ain't pretty. I'm interested to look how the stats go. I don't think they're going to make good reading. What's the story with the North v South game? They've had to delay it a week, so it's going to be the 5th of September, and there's going to be no crowd there. But it is confirmed to go ahead. They couldn't get the players out of Auckland because Auckland's in a stricter lockdown. So there's essentially like a domestic quarantine on players leaving Auckland. So they couldn't leave Auckland to go down to train in Wellington. So it's had to be delayed. Leinster Ulster should be good. A lot of fringe players involved. I have to check the squads out after this game. Favourite Pro 14 team are probably Leinster. Seeing as those are the first guys that I followed. As unpopular to some as that may be. Goodness me, handbags! We got handbags. The camera's focusing on the handbags, not the actual game, which seems to be playing on. Because they know that the game is not the part that's the entertaining point compared to the handbags. There was a late hit there on somebody. Was it high? A bit of handbags towards the end. Ruben's heading to bed. All right, take care, man. There's a few Leinster fans in here who like that comment. What can I say? Mark Dunphy sent me a Leinster jersey, and I started watching Leinster. Gordon with that hit. People didn't appreciate that. Bit of handbags. He probably just messed up his hair. I think he's going to be alright. My expectations of the semi-final have been appropriately reduced. There are 10 changes, man. 10 changes, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Liam's also off to bed. Take it easy, man. Ulster should beat Edinburgh, to be honest. We'll see, man. We will see. How's the game going, Nathan? Not that well. Not that well. That's it. Whew. I like watching rugby, but that was tough. I gotta admit, that was tough viewing. But yeah. John says tired game, but thanks for the stream. Yeah, I'm glad you guys were here to keep me company for that one and talk some just talk all kinds of smack basically. You guys gave so much stick to Edinburgh fans. But yeah, we will see. Cheers everybody. Big Will, Joe, John, Leo, Jonathan, man. Yeah, you guys all take care. And Fleshin, yep. Dean, Michael, you guys all take care. And yeah, if you're watching the Aussie Rugby tonight, I'll see you for that one. That's the Rebels and the Tars. Otherwise, Leinster against Ulster tomorrow. Lavani, yeah man, take care. James and John, Colonel Shivers. KJB, yeah, everybody man, take care. I'll see you guys again. Bye-bye.